Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin, and this is an announcement video for Historathon 2024. So Historathon, this will be the second year that it is going. It is a year-long celebration of nonfiction history, a type of book that I think does not get nearly enough respect or exposure on BookTube. Now, I had created this event at the end of 2022. I have lots of nonfiction history books that are still unread on my shelf. It is something that, well, you can see some of them right over here, actually. Definitely nonfiction history is what takes up the majority of my reading. I'm not exclusively reading that, but it is the majority of it. And I wanted a way, actually, to organize my own reading. To get through the books that were on my shelves. And I thought, well, what if I, split up the year into 4 quarters and have each quarter concentrate on a different time period. And then I'll pull off books from my shelves that relate to that time period. And that sounded like a good plan. And then I thought, well, maybe some other people want to go with me. So I started asking them if they wanted to join. And then it kind of snowballed into an event, a BookTube event. And I am lucky to have a bunch of co-hosts along with me. I had them along with me for Historathon 2023, and they are all coming back again for Historathon 2024. So essentially, this is what we do. We split up the year into 4 quarters, and each quarter looks at a different time period. So for the year 2024, from January to March, we look at prehistory up to the year 500 CE or BC, C 500 CE or 500 AD, whichever you really want to call it. It's up to you. So we're talking, at least in Western history, everything from Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, Greece, the Roman Empire, and it is not exclusive in one way or another at all to Western history. You can look at pretty much any history from any part of the globe, as long as it fits in with prehistory to the year 500 CE. It fits. It definitely counts. So basically, to participate in Historathon 2023, ideally you would read 1 book for each quarter. I'm going to read a lot more than 1 book, but that's really full participation. But people can kind of jump in or out throughout the year, however you want. Really, we just want to encourage people to read nonfiction history. Give it a try, especially if you're somebody who's never read it before and you think it's going to be boring. I mean, I'll tell you, it's not. And all of my co-hosts would certainly agree. We love nonfiction history. So continuing on, sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. For the second quarter, April to June, it is going to be the years 500 to 1500. And again, in the Western sense, that would be basically the Middle Ages up until the end of the Renaissance, or we're almost to the Enlightenment in that way. And then third quarter, July to September, is the years 1500 to 1820. 1820 seems like it would be arbitrary, but in BookTube world, it makes sense. There are some pretty big BookTube events that very much fit within Historathon that I wanted to make sure could basically, we could basically piggyback off of them. So 1820 was so that Jane Austen July, all right, would actually be able to fit within the second quarter, which one of the prompts every year for Jane Austen July, in addition to reading Jane Austen books, is to read books about Jane Austen's time period, basically the Regency period. So you can participate in Jane Austen July and Historathon at the same time if you choose to do that. And also in October, there is Victober, where people read Victorian literature and often read about the Victorian age. And you can read that and participate in Historathon fourth quarter as well. Because the fourth quarter, from October to December, is the years 1820 to the present. So I'll have all this information down below, but that's essentially it. We are splitting the year up. We also encourage people, for one thing, to join our online communities. We do have a Voxer group, which in the beginning of Historathon 2023, it was very, very active. It definitely went quiet as the year went on. Most of the conversations moved over to the Discord server. And I would really recommend people do the Discord server if you can. That's where you're going to find most of the conversations happening. We can also have different sub-threads. So since we share news, we share book recommendations. Um, that's one that I would say to really join. You can join both, but I would really recommend the Discord server. We also have a sub-channel in the Discord server dedicated to what we call side quests. Basically, other ways to experience history aside from books. So it could be watching movies about books, going to historical locations, maybe cook a historical recipe, listen to historical music, whatever it is. So it's a place where you can kind of share what you're doing. We've organized little events in there sometimes, whatever the year allows, or if people think up stuff, we love to see what people are doing, where they're going, what they're watching. So that's all. There is the side quest option. It is not at all mandatory to participate in Historathon. It is just a fun way to learn more history and to let other people know what you're doing. So if you join the Discord server, I definitely recommend you check out that. And again, links for both the Voxer and the Discord will be down below. And we will be using the hashtag Historathon 2024 in order to organize videos across YouTube, or also across things like Instagram. I have an Instagram, whatever handle channel. I don't remember what it's called, but you can certainly use it on Instagram too to organize stuff. So the co-hosts that are going to be coming along with me on Historathon 2024, returning from 2023, we've got Erica over at A Passage of Time, Mark over at Book Time with Elvis, we've got Gareth from Book Songs and Other Magic, Bill from Bill Rutenberg, our Rutenberg Library, we've got Fred over at Read by Fred, we've got Mariana from Mariana Moss Books, we've got John David, and we also have Peg from the History Shelf. Again, all of their handles will be down in the description. So please, if you're not subscribed to them, please subscribe. They're all great. They're all great people with great channels, and they also read really cool stuff throughout the year. And all of them would be happy, of course, to add you to the Voxer group, or to help you out with Discord, or help you out with recommendations as well. They all have certain areas in history that they like to read about, which is nice. There's actually a really good variety. So if one of us can't help you, maybe another person can. And so that is it. If you have not read nonfiction history before, this is a good chance to give it a try. If you do read nonfiction history, it's a great chance to pick up nonfiction history and read it, and let us know about it. Tell us what you're reading. We love hearing recommendations. We love hearing what history people have learned along the way. And that's pretty much it. So Historathon 2024 is beginning. It'll be starting this January. Once again, those years from January, February, March, we are looking at prehistory up to the year 500 CE. I know myself, I'm going to be reading some stuff about the ancient Near East, and then I'm going to be focusing on the Roman Empire. Last year, or this, it's still technically 2023 while I'm recording this, I had focused mostly on ancient Greece. So, it gives me another opportunity each year now, if we do this, to look at a different area of history, or a different location within history. That's it. Hope you join us, and if you do, please let us know. As always, thank you, BookTube.